Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone, and hopefully you'll all get around to this video after you're done pretending you don't care about the Oscars, because something really important happened this weekend. Actually, it was a humongous, a monumental victory in the fight for women's equality. Happened over this weekend, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares. So what is this? What is this massive victory? Well, it comes on the heels, not the heels, the very racing in the long distance tracks of a decision made in 2015 to take away all restrictions for what positions women could serve in the military, allowing them in full combat situations, etc. So over the weekend, a judge in Texas ruled, in a federal court ruled, that it is unconstitutional to have an all-male draft. Now, this is addressing, because right now the Supreme Court is examining the current policy we have regarding the draft and is deciding what to do about it. Right now, when men turn 18, they are still required by law to register with selective service in the instance that there is a draft. Women are not. So the Supreme Court is examining this to decide whether we should take away this restriction entirely, whether we should add women to this requirement, or something in between. And so this judge, looking at this, weighing in on this discussion, basically, has said it would be unconstitutional to have an all-male draft. So either, basically, his stance is, yeah, you got to get rid of it, or you got to add the women to it. And this is huge for women's rights. But women don't seem to care and aren't talking about this. And actually, it was a men's rights activist group that brought this to the attention of this court. So what is going on here? What is the problem? Oh, that's right. Because the fight for women's rights is no longer about equality. It's about getting more things. It's about reparations. It's about being treated special or superior. And women want equal rights, but they don't want equal responsibilities. Registering for selective service is considered a responsibility as a citizen of the United States if you're a man. And now this, so as equal citizens, we have equal rights and therefore equal responsibilities. And especially given that there's no longer a restriction on how women can serve in the military, it is absurd that women shouldn't be required to sign up for selective service the same way that men are, as long as that institution is still in place. But it's, for me, I heard this news and I was like, yes, this is excellent. I rejoiced as well when they removed the combat restrictions for women in 2015. I thought, finally, about flippin' time. Because that, to me, is equality. Because if you look at these laws, if SJWs and these psycho-thoroughbred feminists took a second to actually examine these laws, they would understand that there is inherent sexism in the way these laws are written. Yes, it's unfair to men because, it's forcing men to sign up and go die, but it's also unfair to women as well because it's making a decision for us. This idea that women couldn't serve in combat positions was a decision made on our behalf to protect us. The decision to not have women sign up for the draft, same reason, to protect us. Women don't need men in this sense, in the letter of the law, to protect them. Yes, a woman in high heels who doesn't have any martial arts training, walking down the street, getting accosted by someone, might need a bigger, stronger man to protect her. I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing the basic biological fact that men tend to be stronger than women, and therefore, in situations where the stronger is protecting the weaker, it is more likely that a man is protecting the woman. I'm not disputing that. I'm talking about the rules under the law and the decisions for what we can and cannot do with our lives. All right? If a woman decides she wants to put herself in that combat situation, that is her decision to make. Nobody else gets to make that for her. We have just as much of a right to go and fight and die for our country as any man does. That is equality. Why don't women want this? Why aren't women talking about this? Why aren't women pushing for this? Because that is equality, right? This should be celebrated by feminists everywhere. And of course it isn't. Of course, it was a men's rights activist group that had to make this a thing to begin with, which is just so backwards in my opinion. Because this is not just about equality for men and making sure that we're protecting, we're valuing the lives of our men as much as the lives of our women, but it's that we're requiring the same responsibilities of our female citizens as our male citizens. And this, for me, this has always been the basis for my struggle for equality. My fight for women's equality has never been about wanting handouts, about wanting extra, about wanting special treatment, about wanting reparations. I don't care about that. I don't want that. I want to earn things for myself. My fight has always been exactly this. Let me make those decisions for myself. Don't protect me. Let me give me the same responsibilities that you would give to any man in that regard. Since I was a kid, have been saying that women should be allowed to serve in whichever combat positions possible. From a kid, if you asked me, should women be drafted as well as men, I would have said yes. I did say yes, 100%. Now, I wanted to play football in high school. Now, granted, my parents didn't want any of their kids to play football because injuries, etc. And this was all an argument I had with my dad, but not just about football, other things, right? Oh, well, don't do this because you're a woman and this is more likely to happen to you, so we have to protect you. If I am an equal citizen with equal rights and I have equal responsibilities, which means that the responsibility falls on me to protect myself. So if I want to go try out for the men's football team, oh, sweetie, don't do that. You'll get hurt. That's my risk to take. If I am as good of an athlete, I will shine and try out my own. I didn't want to be put on. I didn't want anyone to put me on the football team to go, look, we have a woman on the football team. I wanted to go to tryouts and earn my spot there the same as anybody else. Because if I am a talented enough athlete that I can help my team succeed and win, then I should be allowed to participate, irrespective of my gender. That for me is equality. It's not give me something, help me get there, give me a leg up or a boost because you've oppressed me all my life. It's no, let me stand on my own two legs and fly or fall on my own. That is equality. And what a lot of women today don't want to face is that means, yes, sometimes the shitty parts fall on you as well. If you want equality, if you really want equality, it's not just about getting all of the privileges, etc. It's about having the same responsibilities, having the same duties, putting in the same effort and the same work. Because guess what? If you're getting a handout, or you're getting a pass, or you're getting a boost, you are not putting in the same work as somebody else. You are not doing your part the same as everybody else. So this, for me, this ruling by this judge is 100% a victory for women's rights. And shame on any woman who doesn't see it that way. So that's what I wanted to talk about, because that's something that I saw that and I was like, yay! And I read more about it and I'm like, why? First of all, why isn't this bigger news? And why is this something that men have to say, like, oh, this isn't fair to us, we have to do this. This should have been a women's issue all along. Women all along should have stood up and said, yes, we are equally qualified to serve in the military. We have equal opportunity to serve in any position in the military. Therefore, we have an equal obligation to protect our country because we do. The end. That's it. All right. Thank you for watching. If you like this, click that like button. Oh, press that like button as we do on my channel, because even though I believe in equality, I also believe in oppression, equal oppression for everybody. And if you enjoy this, share it, comment. Any interaction you have with this video helps my channel out immensely. So I really, really appreciate all the likes, all the shares, all the comments. It's wonderful. If you want to know more about how to help this channel out, you can buy a t-shirt, you can get involved on Patreon, you can find my business address, all of that stuff. Click get involved with me. That video will have all of those links and all of that information attached to it, so go ahead and check that one out for those things, and we'll talk again really, really soon. I got a fun video for you tomorrow. I got lots of videos coming out this week. It'll be great. Hooray. Good night.